I heard a skincare founder say we're struggling to scale UGC because we can't create or test enough content fast enough. Now, if this sounds like you or your current situation, or you want to avoid ending up in that situation in the first place, then this video is for you. For those of you that don't know me, my name is Moses. I'm the owner of Dosi Dynamics. We specialize in UGC ad creatives specifically for and only for skincare brands. Now, in this video, I'm gonna highlight three common problems amongst the industry that brands face to end up in this situation, and I'm gonna give you fast, straight to the point, easy, directly applicable insights for you to take to the market and have an edge. So, a lot of founders they think that UGC doesn't work anymore, but that isn't true. Why most brands stay stuck is because they just don't have a system to do it fast. So what they do is, they just batch a few videos, throw them into ads, and then expect performance. And then when the ad flops, they end up blaming the content or the platform, or in some cases even the creator. Now the real issue is they're trying to scale 5 ads with no system. So what feels like a speed problem is actually a system problem. And that's the first problem, which is volume without strategy. A lot of brands, what they like to do is they focus on output, but they don't focus on outcome. So then they think that more is better. So what do? They hire more creators. They produce 10 to 20 videos, sometimes even more, but there's no real testing logic behind it. Now, a better way to go about this is to treat UGC like as a testing system and not like a content drop. So here's what top brands do that actually figure this out. What they do is they use free proven formats, obviously based on what the goal is behind the ad. But let's say, for example, they were to use free proven formats. What they would do is they would just build 3 different angles around those formats. You know, for example, a testimonial format, a product demo, and a, let's say, problem solution format. And then they'll just have multiple angles, hooks, call to actions, changing the messaging, the tone, etc. And what they're doing now is, if they had 3 angles, for example, is they are systematically testing 9 creatives with a fraction of the volume. You know, brands struggling with speed often don't need more creators. What they need is less chaos. A testing system means that you build content with retention. Each video has a format, a an angle, and just a reason for it to exist. And it just removes the wait and see guesswork and allows for fast feedback and iteration. So in reality, you don't need more UGC. Often you don't need more UGC. You just need structured UGC. So the second problem is testing too late. A lot of brands, they produce content, and they just produce content before they run ads, thinking it's safer and obviously striving for perfection. But by the time the content is live, platform conditions shifted, offers lost momentum, competitors already flooded the market, and now you're basically too late. The way that top brands do it that I've seen is they don't strive for perfection. They iterate whilst creating live, right? A better way to do it would be if you test small, fast, but often, with frameworks, not guesswork. The reason why is because if you test small, you obviously have low risk. If you test fast, you have early signal, fast iteration. If you turn often, which would be with framework, then you have consistency. Yeah, you have consistency, so you do it repeatedly. And when you test ads in controlled units and do it weekly, you stop waiting. You stop waiting a month to find out what flopped, and that gives you speed and clarity. And what it actually also does is it solves two problems at the same time: decision making and execution. So if you test too late, then you're just gonna endlessly be playing the game of catching up whilst your competitor is leading the market. So the last and third problem is creators aren't strategists. This is this is a this is a problem that a lot of decision makers face, where they have a vision, and they expect for the creator to see the exact same thing that they do. But that's not the case, because they don't have your vision. They don't have the skills you have. They don't understand marketing the way you do. So a creator without strategic guidance, without format targeting, without message clarity, once they produce the video, it's just content. It's not even an ad, it's just content. So the way to solve this, once again, is to make sure that every ad maps to the framework, right? For example, testimonial, product demo, and problem solution, depending on what the goal is of the ad. So why would that work? Because if you know the structure, you eliminate guesswork. But not only that, the creator knows what to say, the media buyer knows what to test or how to test, and the brand just gets faster feedback, and this just makes content faster to produce and easier to track. The ones who are moving the fastest, they aren't hiring more creators. They just have better and more efficient systems. So if your UGC feels slow, it's not that the content is bad. It's that you just don't have. It's just that the process behind it isn't built for speed. Now, if you're a founder, a CEO, or if you're just leading marketing, and you're trying to fix this, or you're just trying to stay ahead of the curve, I drop a video like this every single week. So you and your team always have the edge. Now, if there was anything unclear or you still have some questions, just drop them down below in the comments, and I'll personally reply myself.